Hey y'all, we're working on a strapless shorts Aurora Playsuit. I'll link the other versions down below. The first step is going to be to place the two front pieces right sides together, aligning those notches and raw edges, and you're going to stitch the two together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then you're going to do the same thing with your two back pieces, putting them right sides together, aligning the raw edges and that center notch, and then you're going to stitch them together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then you're going to do the same thing with the shelf bra pieces. So you're going to take the two front shelf bras and sew them together, and the two back shelf bra pieces and sew them together. Next, we're going to sew our front and back together. So you're going to place them right sides together, aligning these sides, and you're going to sew down each side with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, creating these side seams. And then you're also going to sew together your front and back shelf bra pieces, putting them right sides together, and then sewing them on each short side with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then we're going to sew the inseam, so you're going to leave your pieces right sides together, the front and back, and match those center front and back seams, and then match from the hem all the way up, and then you're going to stitch these together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Then you can set that aside while we finish the shelf bra. So you'll take your elastic piece and you're going to fold it in half and overlap the ends by 1/2 inch, and then stitch them together with a zigzag stitch a few times on your sewing machine. And if you're doing the band option, you will fold the band in half with the right sides together and stitch it on the short side with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then you're going to place the elastic over the band and fold the band over the elastic, enclosing it. And you're going to quarter your band piece, and then you will match the quarter points of your band to the side seam, center front and back seam, and the other side seam of your shelf bra. And you will stretch that band to fit the shelf bra and stitch it to the shelf bra with a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then you can press the band away from the shelf bra and top stitch if you want. Next, you're going to grab your neckline elastic, and again you're going to fold it in half and overlap the ends by a 1/2 inch, and then zigzag it in place with your sewing machine a few times to hold it in place. And then you want to quarter your elastic piece, and you're going to take your shelf bra, you're going to have it wrong side out, and you are going to match the quarter points of the elastic to the seams on your shelf bra, and you want the edge of the elastic to align with the top edge of the shelf bra, and then you're going to baste the elastic to the shelf bra. So I'm just using a long straight stitch here. It's just to hold it in place so we can stitch both of these to the main pieces. And this is a 1-to-1 ratio. You shouldn't be having to stretch or pull your elastic at all. Then you're going to lay your main piece right side out, and you have your shelf piece wrong side out, and you are going to align the shelf bra with the main pieces, matching all of the seams. And I do like to nest the seams so it's not too thick. So press one seam one way and the other seam the other way. And then you're going to stitch the elastic and the shelf bra to the main piece with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then you are going to pull the shelf bra away from the main piece and then take it to your iron and press the shelf bra toward the wrong side. And you will see here that the main piece is rolling toward the shelf bra side a little bit, and that's exactly what you want. Next, you can take it to your machine and you can edge stitch, top stitch that elastic down so it stays in place and doesn't roll toward the right side. The last step is going to be to hem the leg line. So you're going to press the hem up a 1/2 inch toward the wrong side, and then stitch each leg in place. And once you have those legs hemmed, then your playsuit is complete. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below and I will try to answer them. If you make a playsuit, we would love to see it posted in our Facebook group or tag us on Instagram at Made for Mermaids, hashtag Made for Mermaids Patterns.